Number 7, smile generously. You know, they've done some experiments with Botox. Botox can take. Now, I'm not sure if this is on purpose or accidental, but they could not frown anymore. They had a permanent smile. When they were unable to frown, they actually started feeling better. Even when they wanted to frown, they couldn't. There was something chemically connected to these muscles. When we smile, it makes other people feel better and makes you feel better. It lifts spirits. And this is not just an isolated thing. It connects to the physical part of your body. Changes the biochemistry. Changes your blood pressure. I still take pills for blood pressure. It doesn't cure you, but it is measurably helpful to your whole health system. For some people it's natural. Genes are an issue, but it is possible for everybody. Some people just have to think about it more. Decide to do it more. When you give smiles to people, they're actually an antidote to depression in some people. It changes their, and it's like a pill against depression. It's not all there is for depression, but there is medicine that's needed. Notice and mention feelings. Feelings are emotions. When you talk to somebody, you know there's been a death in the family. It's got to be hard. It's got to be sad. I bet you're feeling lonely. Use feeling words. Don't stay on the intellectual level. What are you doing lately? How are you managing? That's okay too, but the way to connect with people is with feeling words. Use feeling words. It's got to be sad, you say. Use words like that. Or a new pet, I bet you're happy. I bet your loneliness is less. Use feeling words. People love it. People feel they're connected with. It's just a better way to connect with people. Some of these are repetitive, but number 9, look at people. This is different than eye contact. Notice people. Gives you an opportunity to connect with them. You notice the jewelry they wear. You notice the clothes they wear. The missing finger on their hand. And you ask about it. You don't try to ignore it. You ask about these things. It's a lovely pin you have on your blouse. I love your hair. Those are interesting shoes. Notice things about people. Bring them up in your conversation. It's a wonderful way to connect to people. There was a man here the other day, he played the piano. Gregory. I noticed he had a crucifix around his neck. It was a point of contact. To get at What's life like for you? People are giving signals by the pins they wear, clothing. They are invitations. Most people. When that's noticed. Appreciate it. Use people's names. Number 10. We're still in kindergarten. For some of us, my age, it gets harder to remember those names. I had to write down Otto's name. Even though he's been here every year, still had to write it down to make sure I got it right. Practice improves it. Helps people. To have their name mentioned. Work at using people's names. In our 24-hour telephone counseling, New Hope, I always encourage people to write their name down. You have a chance to write it down as you're talking. And use it 3 or 4 times throughout the hour. For 20 minutes or 10 minutes. Thank them, greet them, say their name. People's names are important to them. The more we use a person's name, the more we remember it. But I think we all need to overcome the thought that I don't have a right to ask their name again. Because I should know it by now. That's your own self-consciousness. And it is a delicate issue. She thinks you should know my name. If I ask it again, it may feel like an insult. But at my age, I'm allowed to ask it again. Save your own embarrassment. You're probably going to remember it. Give a well-wishing farewell. Number 11. Sitting around a table. I hope that you will bid each other farewell. When you go into meetings, even if it's a prayer meeting, thank each other. Good to see you. Good to be with you. I try to make it a practice at our staff meetings. Say after the meeting, it's been good to be with you today. Nobody else does that. I think it makes a very different dynamic when you start thanking people for their prayers. I try to say thank you for that prayer.